Hello everyone. You know, being a singer or a musician is not easy. In order to become famous, not only do they have to produce great hits, but also surprise their fans, which can be very, very difficult. It's not surprising that some artists resort to a variety of tricks. For example, they hide their faces, and fans are ready to do all kinds of things to find out the real identity of their favorite artists. In today's video, we will lift the veil of secrecy and show you exactly how popular artists look without their masks. Let's get it on. Marshmello.
One of the world's biggest DJ music producer, Marshmello!
American DJ, producer, and simply charming Marshmello was ranked 10th in the list of the best DJs in the world according to DJ Magazine in 2017 and 2018. Inspired by other masked DJs like deadmau5 and Daft Punk, Marshmello hides his face behind a huge marshmallow helmet at every concert and in every video. However, despite his anonymity, his work gained international recognition back in 2015 when he began releasing remixes of singles by other DJs and also released his own single, Alone. Of course, along with the popularity came a huge interest in the person hiding under the mask with the cute face.
Yes, it's me. I am Marshmello.
In 2016, at the electronic music festival Electric Daisy Carnival, Marshmello promised to show his face to the public, and he kept his promise. When he removed the marshmallow helmet, everyone said, "Dutch DJ Tiesto." The video went viral and spread over the internet in a matter of days. However, later it turned out that this was just a prank by Marshmello and Tiesto. But then who is hiding his face behind the smiling marshmallow? Well, the most popular version is that Marshmello is American DJ Chris Comstock, also known as .com, because they both have the same birth dates, same tattoos, a similar body, and identical musical styles. You think it's just a coincidence? Well, in an interview with Katie Couric, musician Sonny Moore answered a call from Chris during an interview and called him Marshmello.
And who's that right now?
It's Chris.
Oh, Marshmello.
See that name on the screen? Looks like it actually says Chris. And in March 2017, DJ Feed Me accidentally revealed who Marshmello is by posting one story on Instagram. He was posing wearing the famous marshmallow helmet, and Chris Comstock, dressed in a white marshmallow suit, was taking the picture. There he is in the mirror. The story, of course, was quickly removed from Instagram, but the internet remembers everything. Daft Punk. When it comes to masked musicians, many people think about Daft Punk first. The French musical electronic duo formed in 1993 by Thomas Bangalter and Guy Manuel de Homem Christo today is a kind of cult. In the 90s, they often appeared in public with black bags on their heads and preferred to buy funny Halloween masks for photo shoots. Over time, their style changed, and today the duo looks like a pair of futuristic robots. Specially designed suits include intricate helmets with LED lighting, as well as gloves with metal fingers. And even though the paparazzi have managed to catch the faces of Daft Punk here and there are more than a dozen photos. None of them are official, except for the very, very old ones, obviously. But why did the duo decide to hide their faces at all? In an interview with Canoe.ca, one half of Daft Punk, Thomas Bangalter, said, "We don't believe in the star system. We want the focus to be on the music. If we have to create an image, it must be an artificial image. That combination hides our physicality and also shows our view of the star system. It's not a compromise." Yeah, we know, it sounds confusing, but don't forget that these helmets are just incredibly cool. Seems to be a serious reason to wear them. Mike Candies. Swiss DJ and producer Mike Candies became widely known thanks to the hit La Serenada, released in 2008. And thanks to his mask, of course, not every day you can see a giant smiley face. When Mike was just starting out as a DJ, he wanted his shows to be different. Mike tried to work with keyboards and samplers, but that was too difficult to arrange. And then he decided to focus the attention of the public on his image. At first, the DJ created a few prototypes. They're heads of dragons, aliens, different animals, animals, but none of them looked cool enough. And besides, they didn't reflect the nature of his music. But then Mike came across an old video he'd created based on one of the remixes. On this record, the DJ and the crowd wore smiley faces. Mike immediately went online to find out where he could buy one of those masks, but didn't find anything. So he just made it himself with the help of tools and a large amount of glue. However, the DJ's not feeling particularly comfortable inside the helmet. He sees almost nothing and hears nothing as well. But Mike says he's just used to it. By hiding behind a smiley face, he seems to change his personality, and the reaction of the fans to the mask proves once again that it all makes sense. Deadmau5. One day, Joel Thomas Zimmerman, Canadian DJ and music producer, was changing the graphics card in his computer. After disassembling it, Joel found a dead mouse in the system unit. It's not clear how it got there and how much time it had spent in there, but after that, Zimmerman changed his nickname from Halcyon 441 to Deadmau5, and the electronic musician, who now sells out whole stadiums in America, decided to choose a mask to match the name. The key moment in Joel's path to fame was getting his track faxing Berlin in the hands of Pete Tong in February 2007. Since then, Deadmau5 has been releasing digital singles one by one, and also created his own label, Mousetrap Recordings, and made it to at least 15 dance compilations throughout the year. In addition, Joel was spotted in judicial opposition with the Walt Disney Company. In 2014, the company sued the DJ over the similarity of Joel's logo and Mickey Mouse's head. Oh, come on, it's just a mouse. But why does the DJ wear the mask, even though everyone knows his face? Joel himself said that the reason is that he doesn't like DJs and desires to distance himself from them. Deadmau5 doesn't see anything interesting in making live tracks and hopes that these button pushers will die out like dinosaurs. Cassette. Now let's move to Scandinavia and talk about the Swedish DJ duo Cassette, founded in 2011. Ever heard of them? You probably saw these guys with cassettes instead of heads. The band was formed by musicians Alexander Björklund and Sebastian Fura. Their faces can be easily googled, by the way. Even at concerts, they don't always hide. But when it comes to the masks, the fact is that these Swedish musicians are famous for their unusual costumes. Justifying the name of the band, they perform with large helmet cassettes on their heads. The duo became famous with the release of the single Beam Me Up from their debut album Eject 2012. The next wave of success took over them with the release of Sleepless in 2014. This track even topped the Swedish charts. According to the DJs themselves, the idea with the cassettes belonged to their manager, and it was inspired by Daft Punk. Who else but Daft Punk? And although helmets matching the name of the band are a pretty cool concept, wearing them throughout the performances is simply impossible. After 30 minutes, the huge cassettes begin to seem heavy, and they press on the neck and it simply becomes hard to breathe. This can cause dizziness, so musicians prefer not to take any risks. Besides, Sebastian wears glasses which he can't use under the mask, but they have to endure all the inconveniences for the sake of the show. Hollywood Undead. The music of Hollywood Undead is a mix of different musical styles, mostly hip-hop with alternative rock and alternative metal. Having heard these guys once, you'll never forget them, but when you see them, the fact is that at all concerts the band members wear masks, as well as during photo shoots and some interviews. Each mask is invented and developed by its owner separately. The first masks appeared at the very beginning of their career, and were quite simple. You can see them on a few group photographs at that time, or in the first video of the song Number 5. Every year the masks have become more and more complex. There were special concert versions with holes for the mouth. You could say that hiding the face is the signature style of the musicians. However, after a few songs at live concerts, Hollywood Undead still take off their masks. Most likely the thing is that it's almost impossible to actively move around the stage. Well, the musicians don't really hide their personalities from the public. Almost all of them have active Instagram accounts and regularly delight fans with new pictures. Sia. Australia is one of the most amazing countries in the world. It brought us a lot of beautiful things, from koalas to AC/DC. This is a country of treasures, and one of those treasures is surrounded by mysteries. Sia, a famous Australian singer who hides her face behind huge wigs. During concerts, photo shoots and interviews, as well as on the red carpet, the upper part of the face of the talented singer is always hidden from prying eyes.
Sia! It's James. I'm over here. No,
No, I'll come and get you in. Oh my God. Right, there's a curb, okay?
Yep.
There you go,
Okay,
right,
thanks.
no.
Sia has been making music since the early 1990s. She began her path to fame in her native country, but in the 2000s she became famous in America with her signature wigs. Sia herself claims that at the very beginning of her career, she wanted to add something to her performances that no one else had. The element of mystery seemed a great solution, and we must say that she was actually right. But this is not the only advantage of the wigs. They provide Sia with the anonymity that many performers can only dream of. The singer can easily go to the store or take a quiet walk in the park, and no one will chase her around with cameras, hoping to take some sensational pictures. Sometimes, however, Sia takes off her trademark wig, and now you can easily find her face on Google. Psst, dude, are you looking for new technologies and great gadgets? Are your thoughts focused on the future? Do you love huge vehicles and can't imagine your life without robots around you? Then visit TechZone and you'll find all this and more. The link is in the description. You interested? Great.